It all began when HOA Karen, in her usual display of entitlement, decided to drill into my mailbox. Her goal was unclear. Perhaps she thought she could intimidate me, monitor my mail, or assert some imagined authority over my property. What she did not realize was that this mailbox was federal property, equipped with a hidden camera and direct monitoring for both security and legal documentation purposes. Karen had no idea that her audacity would instantly put her at risk of exposure, legal consequences, and public humiliation. From the moment she approached the mailbox, I began recording every detail. Security cameras captured her arrival, the drill in her hand, and her repeated attempts to tamper with the property. Audio equipment recorded her muttered justifications, threats, and increasingly frustrated commentary. Every prior incident of harassment and entitlement was compiled alongside this new event, creating a complete and irrefutable record of her audacious behavior. Karen believed she could act with impunity, but she had underestimated the preparation and strategy in place. Rather than immediately confront her, I allowed the camera system to document her actions fully. Karen's drilling and tampering were captured in high resolution, providing clear evidence of her intent and unauthorized access. When she attempted to assert authority or demand compliance from me, the evidence spoke louder than her words. Her audacity had been caught in real time, preserving every misstep for both legal and community accountability. When law enforcement was eventually notified, not by me, but automatically via the federal monitoring system, Karen expected compliance, sympathy, or perhaps confusion to work in her favor. Instead, officers arrived with clear evidence of federal property being tampered with, supported by video, timestamps, and prior documented incidents. The audacity she had relied upon to intimidate now worked against her, exposing her reckless disregard for the law. Her claim of entitlement was rendered irrelevant. Every action she had taken was verifiable and prosecutable. Karen attempted to plead, argue, and justify her actions, but every statement was systematically dismantled. Federal property laws, surveillance footage, and documentation of her repeated harassment provided an airtight case against her. Her attempts to manipulate the situation collapsed, leaving her increasingly desperate and visibly humiliated. Her audacity, once a source of intimidation, had become a permanent record of recklessness. In response to her intrusion, additional measures were implemented. The mailbox and surrounding area were reinforced with enhanced security, monitoring, and legal notices explicitly warning Karen and the HOA of the consequences of any further tampering or harassment. Her ability to intimidate or manipulate through audacity was permanently neutralized. The audacity she had relied on for years to assert control now served as undeniable evidence of recklessness, incompetence, and disregard for the law. Neighbors and the community quickly became aware of the incident. Karen's credibility, already fragile, suffered a permanent blow. Her pattern of entitlement, harassment, and audacious interference was publicly exposed. Observers understood the consequences of attempting to manipulate, intimidate, or trespass without preparation, legal authority, or strategic foresight. Karen had assumed fear and compliance would follow her actions. Instead, she discovered that audacity meets immediate consequences when confronted with preparation, authority, and law. In the following days, the mailbox and surrounding property remained fully secure. Karen's audacity had been decisively neutralized, leaving her exposed, powerless, and publicly humiliated. The incident became a cautionary tale, illustrating that reckless entitlement, tampering with federal property, or asserting authority without legal backing always produces consequences. By the end of the week, calm returned to the ranch. The mailbox, secure and monitored, stood as a monument to strategic foresight, preparation, and the power of lawful authority over reckless audacity. Karen had been exposed, powerless, and publicly shamed, ensuring that no future overreach could occur without immediate consequences. Every observer understood the principle. Audacity unchecked by law, preparation, or authority inevitably backfires. Karen's recklessness had finally met its match.